In this life, we all just struggle to be good. Sometimes we succeed, sometimes we fail. Each one of us is weak in their own way. My weaknesses may not be your weaknesses. Your weaknesses may not be my weaknesses. My weaknesses could be broadcasted or could be written on a billboard for everybody to see. Maybe your weaknesses are not known by the public. But the fact that my weaknesses are known by everyone and yours are not known by anyone does not mean that you are better than me. We are all weak and we just try to be good. And so, in this struggle, no one assumes the right to point an accusing finger at anyone, to point out or to spot out the weakness in another person. Because when we do that, we make ourselves judges. But only God can judge. And so, since we are all weak, the only thing that we can do is to try and help one another to fight the weaknesses that we all have. Jesus is seen eating with the tax collectors and sinners at table by the Pharisees. And the Pharisees begin to point an accusing finger at Jesus or at those that are eating with him. And they are asking his disciples and saying, "But why does your teacher eat with tax collectors and sinners?" They point that finger at the tax collectors and sinners as if they themselves are better than those that they consider as sinners. They have made themselves judges. This happens even at the small Christian community or in the church. Instead of making our Christian community a place where people can come and be forgiven, we make it a place where people can come and be judged and condemned. Today we are being challenged that instead of pointing that finger at anybody because they are weak or because their weakness is known by the world, our role should be to help that person that is already fallen, that is already struggling in their spiritual growth, to help them be strong and fight the weakness that is pushing them down. Let us pray for ourselves that instead of making ourselves judges, we begin to transform and become liberators of one another. Amen.